All right, guys, we're live. Joe Rosen, and I've got a really special guest today. This is a really good friend of mine from the Army for who knows how many years, man. Too many. Joanna Benavidez, and I am super excited to have her here for a lot of reasons. But honestly, you're probably the best doggone friend I've ever had on the show, so I appreciate you coming on.
I am so thankful to be here. I'm not even 100% sure what we're going to talk about today, but I can tell you that I'm really feel blessed to be doing this talk with you because you're very special, Joe, and here's why you're special. There's a lot of reasons why. I'm gonna say one though, and this sticks out most to me. You are a bringer. You wrap your arms around, whoever is near you, and you want to bring them with you. And so that saying about how rising tides lifts all ships, that is 100% you. So if you're a ship on Joe's tide, I mean, hang on, because if he's going up, you're going up. I watch how you just, you bring your community together and you promote other people. Like The Greatest Showman, it's a celebration of humanity when you're with Joe Rosen. So I'm really thankful to be here.
Now listen, I'm supposed to be pumping you up here, so slow down.
You pump me up all the time and you don't even know it.
No, I appreciate all of that. That's incredibly kind. And I love hearing that stuff because we put a lot of time and a lot of effort into, like, that's our focus, right? Giving back to people. And I know that, looking at you too, you have been, since I've known you. Well, when did we meet each other? We met each other in 2009. Yes, 2009. I was in basic training. You were in basic training, completely different areas.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Fort Jackson. You were where?
In Fort Lost in the Woods, or Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Leonard Wood. So I was supposed to go to Leonard Wood, but I didn't make it. It was literally the morning of. They're like, you're going to Jackson. And at first I was like, man, this is a big deal. But once you've been in the Army long enough, you're like, that doesn't matter at all. Yeah. That's just Tuesday. No big deal. But that was really interesting. And then we got out of basic training, and the first place you go is, well, at least for us, usually it's AIT, but for us, it was the Language Institute.
Yes.
And we met in, was it Bravo Company?
Yes. Well, at first, yes. Yeah, and then I moved, but.
And we had the coolest bunch of people. Honestly, so I put 10 years in the Army. I had really good, really close friends in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever had a bunch of like 8, 10 good friends. We all had so much fun. We went out every single weekend. We were at each other's houses. We were having parties. We were going out. We were going dancing. We were whatever. It didn't matter what we were doing it together. And it was the funnest crew of people I think I've ever had in my life, man.
Those are very fond memories. Very fond memories for me too. And we grew so close. I mean, obviously, you and I can sit here and have a conversation like,
yes,
doesn't go by. And we got close with each other's families. I still tag your mom anytime I eat creme brulee.
He's gonna love that.
I tag
the little baby brulees.
Yeah. But there is this one memory that I have, and I think you've told this story before, but I'm curious if you remember it the same way I do. We just get to Monterey, and we're out of basics, so we're like, yeah, we're real soldiers now. And we're doing a group run through Monterey in our PTs. And somebody, goes to yell something. And I think this is it. They're going to be like, thanks for your service, go Army. And this person yells, baby killers. And we're like, what? And just kept rolling.
I do.
Maybe that's all it's cracked up to be. I don't know.
Oh.
You remember that?
Brand spanking new. Absolutely, I remember that. Yeah. And that was the beginning of, man, what are we getting into, Yeah, that was pretty fun. I remember those mornings of, I'm such a mature, organized businessman, family man now. But back then, we used to go and party, and then you come back. And then I would have to go on these 5-mile runs with you guys. And you guys were like these stellar Olympic athletes. And I was old. I think I joined at 27, 28 years old.
Which was old at the time.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I was the oldest of the bunch. Cher was pretty old too. He was an old man also. Mm-hmm. But I remember all that. And we were at the Language Institute, and you had, from memory, I think it was 63 weeks to learn a language and pass the language test with proficiency. Is that right? Was it 63 weeks?
I measured it in months because I'm not as, accurate as you, but 18 months. Yes.
So yeah, and it was a high fail rate. Like, it was no joke. In fact, that's why they sent you there before they would send you to AIT. So, and everybody knew it. So the whole time you're like, oh my gosh, here we go. What are the odds? I'm going to end up being a infantry guy or a janitor or whatever. I don't know what's worse, but it's not going to be fun. And it was a lot of work. And I remember this is going to lead into what we're about to talk about. I remember going to somebody's place. I don't remember whose it was. And we were all sitting there, and we were in the pool area. Everybody's having a good time. And you're sitting there with your language books studying. And you did. You jumped in the pool. You had fun. You were, whatever. But I remember it didn't matter what we did. You were one of the most you were the most, amongst a group of incredibly disciplined people. You were the most disciplined, consistent person that we had in our group. And I don't think anybody would have chosen somebody else in our group. And like I said, in a group of incredibly disciplined people, you were amazing.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot, Joe.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And then you went on. Tell me a little bit about your Army career, because you and I kind of split off after that, and we went our own ways. And you crushed it, and it was fun listening to all your stories as time went on and all the accolades you had. But tell me what happened with you.
It's really just a short story. I went to Fort Carson. I'd never used the Arabic language, but I learned a new skill and intelligence, and I took it to Afghanistan for 9 months. I came back. I went to the mothership in Maryland at Fort Meade, and I continued to not use my language, which was great, though, because I had an opportunity to, shape policy at the White House, which was fantastic. And then I transitioned, into the reserve for a few years, and now I'm a government civilian. But every moment of the Army, I loved it. I learned so much. It was a fantastic experience. I got to travel around. I spent a month in Egypt just being a student. So.
That's incredible, man. Now, you did that while you were at DLI, is that right?
Yes, I was still at language school when I did that.
So for those of you watching, the good students got to go to Egypt. The other students got to stay behind and hear the stories about those students. So, yeah.
No.
So now, the reason I want to have you on, other than the fact that I just think so highly of you, is you're getting out of the Army. You've got the civilian job. And now you've decided, I want to go and be an entrepreneur. I'm going to start a business. I want to do some things. And you've got some skills now that you may not have had before the military. And to me, it's so interesting to see people get into the military, get those skills, and then to see what they do with them in the business world. To me, it's so thrilling. It's so exciting. It's so rewarding. At least me, and I know I'm a vet, that I root for our vets. I want to see them succeed. So when they take that risky step forward, man, I'm there for them, and I want to see them do it well. So tell me, well, tell us a little bit. Give me, 60 seconds, 90 seconds on your business. What are you doing?
So first of all, I'm going to say we had this debate. I'm not an entrepreneur, but I am dabbling in business. Okay. So I am currently promoting the Thrive product. And Thrive is the cornerstone product of a company called Lavelle. Lavelle is a health and wellness company, and they just want to improve the general well-being of as many people as they can. So this Thrive product that I'm focused on, 5.5 million consumers, over 5.5 million consumers have purchased this product. It's helped change millions of lives. You can't buy it off the shelf. You have to buy it through a direct seller. And like I said, Lavelle calls them promoters. It's a, commission-based sales thing. So I would say if you know anybody that is working in this type of direct sales, support them. You're probably going to find a way better product than you would off the shelf anyway. And you're going to connect with somebody who really cares about you and, wants to make sure that whatever product you're using from them is doing what it's intended to do, and it's going to meet your goals. I actually love, the network marketing business because it's low risk. It's not my product, but it is my results. And so it's low risk in the regard that, especially with this company, I don't have to spend any money except on any product that I want to buy myself. I already pay for my internet. I already have a computer. I'm doing it from home. What I'm investing is my time. What I'm investing is, my personal growth and getting out of my comfort zone and, learning some new skills. So I'm happy to talk about the product a little bit specifically. Did you want to get into that now, or did you want to go back to Army skills and supporting, understanding what skills vets bring to the table?
What's really interesting to me is you were always, I mean, in the Army, you've got to be on top of your physical health, but you were always at the peak of the peak. You were the stud. You were the one getting 300 PT scores, and you were on the commander's run team or whatever. I don't even know what it was called, but you were always kicking butt, and we were always watching and hooting and hollering and cheering you on. And you had such a passion for it, such a drive for it. So tell me how that passion for that kind of mixed with this and created what it is you've got going here.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the things I loved about being in the Army was just that direct connecting with my soldiers and other soldiers and motivating them to be better. So the Army is this great mix of, mission, but then it's also taking care of yourself. And so doing this business, I still have my full-time government job, which I love and really fulfills that intellectual process-driven side of me. But this is this balance that I need that's fulfilling to help other people do better. And so I always think about this time I was in Fort Polk, and there were no gyms there. We were there for a month in the tents, in the wild horses and the hogs. And I had all my dumbbells with me, and I brought my jump rope and my resistance bands and my weighted vest. And, I was the crazy person just running around, the base with my vest on. And there were these two younger soldiers. And every time I saw them, they were just sitting somewhere and talking. And I walked up to them one day and I said, "Hey, you two guys, how do you get from one place to the next? I never see you move. I never see you even standing up and walking around. It's just like you're sitting everywhere." I said, "I'm going to leave my gym equipment over there. There's dumbbells, there's, jump ropes. Go use it." I said, "I better see you moving. If I see you sitting here, sitting on one more thing, I'm going to lose it." And so, I walked and I, walked around the corridor, and I came back and I peeked, and they were over there, lifting and moving. A body in motion stays in motion. I want people to love their bodies. And when you love your body, you're going to take care of it like you love it. You're going to fuel it properly, and you're going to keep it moving. And I want to help people stay moving so that their body carries them, late into their retirement years with their spouse, and so that they have the energy to play with their grandkids. Too many times, in the fitness industry, and I say fitness because, there's you can get a false sense of who's in the fitness industry. You don't love your body, and so you do things to hurt it. You don't love your body, so you starve it. Well, that's not taking care of yourself. When you start doing things because you love your body's going to take care of you, and it's going to beat off sickness, and it's going to help you do all the things you want to do. And so this product really has been a game changer for me.
Yeah.
I got into a pretty lazy slump. I like to tell this story about this boyfriend who broke up with me because all I wanted to do was play outside. And I'm an adult at this point, mid-20s. All I wanted to do was play outside, and all he wanted to do was play video games. And he said he broke up with me over a Facebook message. Like, "I want to play more video games. You're too energetic." And so a year ago, we would have got along great because I was looking for every opportunity I could to relax, but I was miserable. Just miserable. And so a neighbor had dropped off this product, and I had actually tried to beat my friend. I tried to lose 15 pounds before she could lose the baby weight from her third child. And I was like, I'm going to smoke this chick. Wrong. She smoked me, and she was shredded, and I gained 7 pounds. So a neighbor had dropped this product off, and I was like, "Where is it? Give it to me." I had never even talked to anybody about it.
Yeah.
And on day 1, I said, "Whoa, there's something special to this." And after a week, I didn't even care about the weight loss anymore because I just felt so good.
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa, I have all the energy to, go on all the walks and play all the
Yes.
games and do all the things." So after a couple weeks, I said, "You know what? I want to help other people feel this way. This is how I want other people to feel."
That's amazing. That's amazing. There's so many great things that I want to touch on there. You talked about energy, right? You said, "Hey, I gained weight, and that didn't make me happy, and whatever." So I started taking this product, but it wasn't even the weight loss. It was day 1. You felt really great, and you mentioned the word energy. I had energy, and man, one of my favorite humans on the planet. I don't know if you saw, but about 4 to 6 weeks ago, I went and saw Tony Robbins. Right?
Yes, I did.
Love Tony Robbins. And one of his big comments that really struck with me was, you're all gonna do the same things. You're all gonna wake up. You're all gonna go to work. You're all gonna eat lunch. You're all gonna meet friends. You're all gonna go to events. All these different things, right? But if you really want to get people intrigued, if you really want to grab their attention and get them on the ship, whatever it is you're doing, you've got to bring massive energy. It could be the same thing. You and I could be saying the same exact thing with the same excitement, the same, not excitement, tone, the same whatever, using the same words. But if you've got a load of excitement and you're smiling and you're standing up straight and you're pumping your fists, and I'm talking monotone, like what's the guy, Ben Stein? Like Ben Stein's money, Bueller, right?
You have dry eyes.
Nobody's getting on board with me. They're going to want to be on board with you. So I love that you say that, because to me, energy is such a currency of life. I mean, if you don't have energy, I'm not saying you can't have a decent life, but my gosh, having a load of energy just leads to an amazing life. So I love that you said that. That's pretty important. And then you mentioned telling those guys, get off your butt, go work out. You turn the corner, came back, and there they were doing it.
Yes.
How did that feel?
It was a huge victory, for me. If I can, because I know they felt better. And that means that they did better at work. And that means they probably had a positive influence on somebody else.
Yes.
And it means they might have started a habit, forever.
Yeah. So one thing for me, I mean, of course, I'm in real estate. Everybody loves closings and selling and all that good stuff. And that's great, right? That feeds a bank account. You got to have that. But I always say at the end of the day, I'm not going to remember my commission check on any particular sale, but I remember all the hugs. I remember all the thank yous. I remember all the tears and oh my gosh, I thought this was going to happen, but you did this until 11 o'clock at night and made that happen. And if you hadn't done that, I don't know where we'd be, Joe. All of those comments, those texts, those DMs, being able to walk around the corner and see those guys doing what you just suggested they do, knowing that it's better for them.
Yeah.
That right there. I mean, we're talking about energy being the currency of life. I would say that being able to motivate others to do things that benefit their lives, I mean, that's pretty valuable too.
When I feel better, my family feels better. When my husband feels better, the whole family feels better,
You fuel off of each other.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah. So now you were a staff sergeant, right?
Yes. Yeah. I was staff sergeant promotable, and then I was actually warrant officer candidate when I got out. But
I didn't know that.
Well, I was accepted, and I got out before I went to.
Okay, well, that's a big deal. Okay, all right. Yeah. So to be a sergeant is kind of the first line leader, right? And then a staff sergeant, you're kind of a mid-level leader. It's a lot. You get a lot put on you, especially if you're a good, strong staff sergeant. You got some years under your belt. I mean, you had 10 years in. You're going to get a lot of responsibility. You're going to get soldiers and the things that are put on you. People aren't watching you. They're just giving you a task, and they're assuming it's going to get done. You're kind of a big deal within a unit. You better get it done. You really start to take that on, though. And so many of these guys, they've never been in a position of leadership. They've never been, like, their whole viewpoint growing up. I mean, we've seen it in the Army, is you're dumb. You're small. You're weak. You're going to be an alcoholic. You're going to be poor. You're going to be whatever, right? That's what they grew up in. And a lot of times those people are the ones who see a little glimmer of hope, a little glimmer of excitement, some responsibilities given to them, and they get a little bit of leeway. They do well with it. They get praised. And man, those are the guys that lead the Army. And it is fun to watch.
Yeah.
So seeing what you're able to do with some of these guys in the Army and the feelings that you get as a leader and seeing those transitions, now you're able to take it outside and you're able to grow this business. And like you said, it's not just selling a product, right? I mean, that's cool for the bank account, but how does it feel when you get somebody who doesn't feel good about themselves, who felt the things you were feeling, you get them on the product, and 3 days later, 3 weeks later, 3 months later, you hear back their results? How does that feel?
It feels like it was worth reaching out and making that connection. That's what motivates me to go talk to the next person. My cousin actually tried it, for the first time, and 2 days later, I almost cried because he was almost in tears. He said, "It's good to feel alive again." That's what he said, because he had just, he had just kind of been hurting and been down and needed, something, he was not fueling his body properly. And this filled those nutrition gaps for him that he was missing. So when somebody says something like that, that's the little glimmer of hope that I need. Like, you know what? There's somebody else out there that can benefit from this. So I'm not going to leave any stones unturned, and I'm going to keep talking to people.
Yeah.
And when somebody says, "Dang, girl, in the grocery store, you look great," I'm going to be like, "That's because I'm thriving."
Yeah, that's great. I like that. I haven't heard "dang girl" in a while. I'm waiting for it, but I haven't heard it in a while.
Oh, I bet you get a lot of "dang squirrels," though.
Dang squirrel. Yeah, that's right. So now you're pretty fresh into the business world, and you say you're not an entrepreneur, but I would challenge that. We won't go down that road. I would be interested in hearing, in the first few months that you've been doing this, what are some challenges you've had? What are some things that, if you are in the military, you're getting out of the military, and you're going to start any type of business, because especially in the military, more so than working at a normal business as an employee, but even there, you have this sense of, my job is to show up, look at the boss, he tells me what to do, and I do it. And I do it as well as I can do it. When you own your own business, there is no boss. There's nobody telling me I got to sell more homes. There's nobody telling me I have to make more phone calls. That's a completely different mindset for a lot of people. So tell me some of the challenges you've had. Have you overcome them yet? How did you overcome them? Are you still working on some of them? That stuff to me is so intriguing.
So here's what I'm going to say. You have had a much harder job than I have, because your business is called the Rosen Group. It's 100% yours. I have been very blessed because I walked into a team environment. So when I think about what was really hard in the Army, it was not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
And so we had that phrase, "fake it till you make it." I think that just translates to confidence now, because I love health and fitness and nutrition, but I'm not an expert in it. I don't need to be an expert because I know who to ask.
Yep.
So I would think probably a younger version of me would have had a hard time asking for help or knowing who to go to. However, I immediately have recognized that I'm part of a fantastic team. And so I have 2 people that are really mentoring me through this. I'm relying heavily on them. One of them is he's best friends with the CEO. So he has years of experience and product knowledge. And if I have any questions or need help or mentorship, he's right there. And another good friend of mine who's mentoring me in here, she's been a transformation coach for 15 years, and she actually owned her own supplement store.
Wow.
So I have all of the information that I need. I would say my first instinct, though, was to go learn everything I could about it. Like, instead of having fun at the pool, I'm sitting there with my product PDFs like, "Hey guys, how many amino acids are in this?"
Just like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah. So understanding that I don't have to be the expert in it, because I have a team. I have a great team supporting me, and anybody that I bring on with me.
That's incredible. So now you say you joined a team, and that's phenomenal. But if I understand a little bit, I do understand about the
Mhm.
business. It's an MLM. I mean, you can get people
Yes.
underneath you. You can help them. You can create your own team. What kind of aspirations do you have to do something like that?
So like I said, I'm still working full time, and I'm totally dedicated to the taxpayers. I'm accountable to the taxpayers. So,
Yes.
my focus is there. Um, as far as my aspirations for a team, what comes naturally. I want to build a team of like-minded people. We're a faith-based team. Jesus is the center. Jesus at the center of it all. We want to improve. I want to just help people. I want to help as many people as I can. And if that means that this grows into a thriving Thrive business for me, that's fantastic. But no matter what, I'm loving my time here, and I really just hope to help as many people as I can.
I like that focus. I mean, that's
Okay.
really where the focus, I think, with anything should be, right? Like, if everybody just forgot about trying to sell things and just thought, hey,
Mm.
how do I help you the most? How do I add the most amount of value to you? How do I help you make an educated, comfortable decision? I think that's the key to sales right there.
And, you and I talked about goal setting, and we have been people who in the past have set goals. I I'm not a goal setter right now because there's so many opportunities out there, and I don't want to accidentally close a door on an opportunity because I was so myopically focused on it, what I thought was my goal. It's
Yes.
a way bigger plan that I'm
Yes.
up. So
So I'm always so intrigued by any startups. I mean, I think that is so incredible. It is such a risk, and it's the unknown. I mean, I am doing really well in real estate, but if you said, Joe, we're going to put the brakes on this, we're going to pick a random industry, and that's your new thing. Go start a business. Uh, as much success as I've found in real estate, man, I'd be a little. I don't know if over what I'd be nervous. I would be
mhm.
a little nervous about doing that. Um, is this something that excites you? What about this business really attracts you?
The community. It's the community. Secondly, the first thing that attracted me was how I felt. It was 100% this product. It was so easy. And now I'm actually going to talk about it because was the number one thing that got me, because I never, like I said, I never talked to anybody about it. Nobody said, "Hey, you should try this." And I've actually done MLM in the past, and it was really hard. After 3 months, I said, I can't do this. This is way too hard. So I never really thought I would try it again until I realized how easy this one was. Um, this is all I do every day. First 30 minutes, I'm done. I take my vitamins. I drink a lifestyle mix with more vitamins, and I put on a little patch with more vitamins. And in 30 minutes, I'm done, and I feel great for the rest of the day and into the next day. To be honest,
So you got pills, powder, and patch. Hey, that's 3 Ps.
yeah,
Um, do you do that once a day? How many times a day you do that?
once a day, first thing in the morning.
So then what do you eat? Is there food that goes with it? Are you told what to eat? How does that work?
So there's a nutrition plan and some fit tips that we can offer, but it's about balance. It's about making sure you're eating healthy food. There's not an eating plan with it. There's not, you have to eat this at this time. That's what was so hard about the one I did previously was
Yeah.
do this, eat breakfast, 2 hours later have a snack, have a lunch, eat another snack, eat your dinner, do this thing before bed, work out 30 minutes at this time during the day, and it was food prep. Like, I take a whole pepper into work because I don't have time to cut up a pepper. So I eat like a pepper like an apple at
Yes,
work.
like an apple.
That's my food prep. Eat proteins, eat your eggs, eat your lean proteins, eat your veggies, and drink water. It's that simple. But it also lets me be balanced because I love tacos. Oh my gosh, I can eat some tacos. Uh, and I can eat tacos, on this. This helps me be balanced. This helps me crave apples instead of cookies.
Yes.
So, I still have to make that decision, but it does a lot of the motivational work for me.
Yes. Now I might be getting too in depth here, but what's in it?
It's just baseline nutrients. It's the vitamins that you need. It's antioxidants. It's probiotics. There's proteins. There's a little bit of caffeine that helps deliver the nutrients to your system. And then the nutrients in the patch are, pushed through your body throughout the day by the water that you're drinking.
You just throw it out on your arm or something?
Yep. Clean, dry place. Some people put it on their feet, on their calves, on their backs.
Forehead.
I
can put the Rosen Group logo on there.
I saw somebody do that. I don't recommend it.
You don't think so?
Well, it's a little tacky.
Well, that's me, man. I'm a little tacky. I think it fits perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the next step? What's the focus? Are you right now are you focused on sales? Are you focused on bringing people on? What's the goal?
So I asked, my buddy my friend that's mentoring me, what should I do? If I really want to see what I can do with this, what should I do? And he said, make 100 free customer accounts. Just get talking to people and have them make a free account. So I actually have a JoJo promo going on right now.
JoJo Pro.
Yeah. If you make a free customer account with me, free, you just make a profile. And my link was on your Facebook page. JoannaJune.thrive123.com. I'll see your profile in there, and you will be entered to win Amazon gift cards or free product of Thrive. I'll reach out to you if I see your name in there, and we'll set you up with a consultation and see if this product sounds like it's what you need. I am going to say, though, if you know somebody this is a Joe Rosen move. This is 100% a Joe Rosen move. If there is somebody in your life that is selling this product, don't reach out to me, and this is not going to benefit me. Reach out to that person in your life that already cares about you and knows you and ask them about it. Yes. Now, I would also say, hey, are you part of a good team? Because the team makes the difference here. I'm part of an amazing team that wants to help people grow and that are dedicated full time to growing our promoters and helping our customers.
Give me that. You want a free customer account. What is the website again? JoannaJune.thrive123.com. Okay. And I do have it in whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or you're watching this, we've got it on there. But here I've got it on the bottom too, so we can see that.
Hey!
So that's pretty cool. So your goal is to get 100 of these. And what's the timeline? How long has it got to be before you get 100 of these? Like this week?
Well, what he said to me was do it in 1 month. And, this is fun for me. I'm having fun with it. So, I'm pushing ahead. And if I don't meet that goal, I'll meet it when I meet it. But I know I'm going to meet it. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
So how you get these 100 free accounts, what does that turn into?
So what he had said to me was people, it turns into a network. It turns into people being interested in it. And it may take them a few months, but a few months down the road, somebody's going to say, you know what? They're going to hit that moment where I said, something has to change. I can't live like this.
Yes.
They're going to hit that and they're going to say, hey, JoJo, hey, Joanna, set me up with the pros because I'm ready to make a change. So, it really just helps build the baseline. It's probably more to help me, get used to the direct sales business. So
yes,
I'm on to him.
It's so true. It's so true. Just setting up the little things that help you.
Yeah.
I got a 7-Eleven group every single morning on Facebook, right? You can come on there if you're a sales. I give some sort of little tip to get you going for the day, something tangible for the day. Mm-hmm. And I've had people say, man, thanks for this, or this is really cool, or I got something out of that. But in all honesty, I had a problem. I was sitting there at 7:30, 7:45, still goofing around on my phone. And I thought, man, I need to get my butt out of the shower, shaved, teeth brushed, and move. I need to get going. So I created the 7-Eleven accountability group for me. That wasn't for everybody else. It was for me. Now, it's cool that it's got those consequences of helping everybody else and whatever. But really, that's just to get we do an accountability text with my team. And that accountability text, I know everybody's got one big goal they have to talk about. And I know mine is I have to do 10 follow-up calls every day. It is the most embarrassing thing in the world to be the leader of a team. Everybody's texts are rolling in. I'm next. And I got to put that I got 9 out of 10 or 0 out of 10. Nobody wants to do that. So those things are set up. They think it's set up for them, but it's really set up for me, man. It helps me. So I think that's pretty cool. That's an awesome consequence to that.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Well, listen, I'm super excited for you. You know, I love you to pieces. You are part of our family. You always will be. You can come and visit us anytime. We think so highly of you. I'm a huge supporter of vets, right? Not just my vet here, but all vets. And so anytime I see a vet taking a leap of faith, getting into business, I'm absolutely going to support them 100%. So, guys, if you're seeing this and you want to support a vet, you can see all of our information up top. Go start a free customer account. The worst thing that'll happen is you might lose a couple pounds, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Get some energy, right? It's not a big deal. And you'll help a fellow vet out. So I think that's pretty awesome. Joanna, I can't say thank you enough. I really appreciate you being on. I'm going to watch you, and I am so excited to see what you do down the road.
Thank you so much for having me. If I can have 10 more seconds, I told my youngest bonus daughter, Addie, I love you. Shout out to Addie and her bearded dragon, Apollo, and her little cat, Aspen. So
that is the best shout out I think I've ever had.
She thinks it's so cool that I'm on with you. So
I like that. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, thanks again. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.